Hello, it's me, DC, and we are going to be looking at Team Legend University. I hope. Well, we are. We already are. We already are our favorite team. I say favorite. The term is loose. Let me just go to YouTube really quickly just to make sure everything's working correctly, because you know how the technical difficulties are. And let me put the floof cam on the screen because he's right here and I am moving around. Lock, lock, lock. Unlock. Unlock. No. Unlock. I'm gonna put him down here. I don't know why this font is what it is. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. My dad helped me put my Hocus Pocus house back together, so we're back on track. And I don't like it covering the little lantern. I'll put him over here. He'll be over here. Hero! Let me just double check everything's good on my end. I'm having trouble making what my style needs to be with my thumbnails, so we're just here. Hello. How did you know I needed to watch this? Hello. Thank you. My mom's like, what do the skulls mean? And I'm like, skulls protect our brains. And she's like, you're correct. They do. I wore it to my pre-op appointment. So it's not, I didn't put the bun in the right spot. It's supposed to have more volume right here, but that's okay. My sister laughed at me this morning when she saw my hair. I was like, you know what? I'm just wearing it. I'm just doing it. Hello. How is everyone? Happy holidays. Jessica. Don't worry. I put it on low latency. So mods, if you're doing like, you don't, I think I can handle getting in trouble myself. Did I get stuck in both arms? Yes. Although I do appreciate that the team lead was like, where'd you get that bruise on your arm? I was like, well, I got blood drawn yesterday. And she's like, from someone here? Because she was mad that they bruised me up. But they had to use a butterfly on this arm because this arm wasn't working. Hello. How's everyone doing? My dad helped me put it back together last night, Beetle. Happy American Thanksgiving Eve. Thank you so much. God. I have 2 videos ready to release. Only 3 more hours till a 4-day weekend. Let's go, Sarah. Everybody, on that note, rootin' to Bing, you got a freaking 94? Where's our final countdown? Where is it? Hold on. It's gonna buzz me. Congratulations, you're so smart. That's awesome. Hello, Christina. Hello, everyone. Awesome. Yes, go take a nap. Everyone. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'll be checking my mailbox. Let me play the intro. We need the turkey, our twerky. And I'll be right back, and we'll talk. We'll chat. We'll talk about the integrity wasteland of Team Legend University. Oh my God, Lindsay, that sounds awful. Yikes. I normally get, what is it? Ultrasound? Sonogram? Something? So they can see my veins when I go to the ER. The lady today was pretty good. And I'm sorry that you have permanent damage, Lindsay. That's awful. How's everyone doing? This video is titled "The Integrity Gap." Not mine. Their video is entitled "The Integrity Gap." You know, don't you just love it when you have 85 videos to look at from someone who loses their shit that you found their videos? And I know everyone's like, "Well, you got upset when someone sent your stuff out." Yeah, but we're going to look at this in its entirety. 55 minutes in heaven. I'm just kidding. It's probably going to be 55 minutes in like a lukewarm hell. So I got to say that thrusting from the turkey is making me uncomfy. You have to, Lynn, you got to talk to our fire chief, Christy, about that. Heating pad, your skin, you get the veins to pop up. Sarah, I got to do that. What's up, Aaron? Hello. My veins don't look good. Like mine are like, they hide underneath. Oh my God. Yeah, no, they've been totally nice. This is Caspian. He is living his best life on my blanket that he has claimed, and I don't even mind. Yep. I heard lukewarm hell calling in. Jut, what's up? How's everyone's floofs doing? My best vein rolls. Jolene, I feel that. Anastasia, hello. Oh, I'm sorry, Barry. That sounds super painful. We're going to be roasting chestnuts roasting over an open fire or whatever. What's that song? But MLMs. So let's go ahead and go to the correct scene if I can find my scene, but I can't. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. The integrity gap. Dang it. Please hold. Please hold. Flippity flop. What are we doing here? Flippity flop. Copy. Paste item. And now. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. Quit.
All right. Good morning, you guys.
Oh, Justin, this is Abby K. Live, public figure extraordinaire. And this is what her bio reads, which I find hilarious, frustrating. I don't know. Christ-centered entree leader. What's an entree leader? Like in snacks? Guiding women to high performance on their cell phone. Avoid burnout, joy-filled work, spiritual, physical habit coaching, and speaker. The worst bio I've ever seen. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm showing you this because public leader and also there's going to be other people speaking on this, but the people are the ones carrying out the multi-level marketing structure and recruiting people to come into this MLM. So yes, MLM is the problem, and the people who are in it are also continuing the problem. So we don't blur faces here. We just get into trouble and have some, grocery store pages and Baby Snark and Polite Demon Lawyer. And that's about it. Hello, Harper. Why do they brag about your phone so much? It's a weird flex. Yeah, it is. Fire chief. Hello. Entree leader is a Dave Ramsey word? Are you serious? What? This is why Jessica knows all and I do not. Hold on. I know entree leadership. Entree leadership. Stop doing business alone. Did you know that conference for entree leadership I think is between $5,000 and $10,000 to go? Let's see. Master Series. Entree Leadership Summit 2024. How much is it? Interesting. I wonder how much this is. I think it's between $5,000 and $10,000 to go. What's an entree? So it's specifically for Dave Ramsey. Entree leadership. 120,000 followers on YouTube. Oh my God. Leading the way in food consumption. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, Jessica, I'm retiring. The channel's going to be led by Jessica from now on. I can't find a definition for it. Can we vote that entree leader is food related just for today? Just for today. I know it's not. What's up, knowledge? If y'all, thank you. It's Scully. It's Scully. My mom said, what does this mean? And I was like, your skulls protect your brain. And she's like, okay. I just wanted it because I've got maroon pants on. I've got black because I wanted to be comfy down at the medical center. And I did this. So. Do a poll. I vote yes, and I have made it law. Best channel on YouTube, so let it be written, so let it be done. In honor of Charlton Heston. My mom was an international Toastmasters. I tried to remember to ask her if she's heard of that word. Thank you, Jolene. Hello. If you're looking to support a small business and have incredible crafty things that you want to buy and put in maybe stockings for Christmas, is an incredible shop that I buy from regularly. And they're the ones that make the kazoo earrings for us. We had Halloween kazoo earrings, and we have our channel kazoo earrings, which are blue and purple. And Ov's crafts are awesome. Christy, that's why we're twins. I saw a skull that I was like, I want to put a green pothos in it. So the skull is the base, and then it has the hair coming out. Our friend Nightbot. Nightbot is on an automated schedule, so just let Nightbot. Entree leadership is defined as the process of leading to cause a venture to grow and prosper. Yikes. I guess that's a yikes for prove it. Hello, Eloise. Oh my God. That's awesome. This ain't a real thing. It's definitely some Dave Ramsey. Yeah. Yeah, I just find it funny that they were so upset that they went and they left all these friendly Christian messages about, on my channel, on the video. And yeah, all of them profess to be big time Christians. So hello. Also, if you missed the little disclaimers at the beginning, it's for YouTube, but it's for us too. as the channel grows, there's like a rules at the beginning. Essentially, we try to be try to not forget our humanity as we react to these videos. I don't like to name call. There's so many. I mean, we use the cursey words, but we don't call people. Well, sometimes I say douche canoe, but we don't call people. I don't want to call people like names in the chat. And there's a way to rage and snark and stand up to the fuckery in multi-level marketing companies and not, go down ad hominem lane. So just want to continue to remind all of us that in the chat. Judd, we missed you too. Ain't no love like Christian love. Who you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor? There we go.
Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor? Stinky McStink face.
Yes. Also, commercials acceptable to quote. As I say all that. Yes. Douche canoe is a description of behavior. Thank you, Jolene. Thank you. Oh, I don't think all Christians are awful. My parents are. I grew up as a Christian. I'm not sure what I am anymore. I'm still feel twisty, and I don't want Christians to not feel welcome here. I just find it wild that there are people on these teams who have these listings of how Christian they are, and then the spirit of what they're teaching comes out, and the things they leave on other people's channels seems wild to me. Yeah. Yes, Marie. How are y'all? Yes. As a church minister myself, with you on the discernment, the world needs non-fundy believers. Yes, and I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable in the chat. I'm definitely gonna call stuff out when I see it. You're good. Yep. Okay, here we go. This is Abby K Life. Oh, come on, not again. I don't know what's going on with my QuickTime, but it might be the file size. That's okay.
All right. Good morning, you guys. It is 4:20. Just kidding. That's funny. I don't smoke weed, but sorry. But that's what it is today. It's Thursday, April 20th. And I just wanted to have a middle school moment. And with that being said, Nate Justice is going to be training for us today. I think on integrity, which we all need some. I need some today. No, just kidding. But yeah, no, it's a big issue, and it's a big issue in leadership. And I think that's what you're training on, Nate. But I'm so work it in if you're not, buddy. But I'm just going to go ahead and toss it over to you.
If this gets boring, we're gonna change it. I'm of the mindset that if something gets boring, we're gonna pivot.
You now.
Awesome. Thanks, Abigail. So it sort of is what I'm gonna train on. I'm actually gonna drop to as I was doing notes, and I'm like, so we had that mastermind in Playa del Carmen a couple weeks ago, and there was an absolute bombshell gold nugget dropped on us there. So if you pay attention to this call in the middle of it, in the middle of the training, I'm going to drop this thing, and I'm going to park on it a little bit because for anybody that's doing anything social media right now, there was one of the guys that's really current in our company right now. He showed up at the mastermind, right, and collaborated with us, and he gave us some really invaluable gold nuggets. And I looked over at Mick and I chatted with Mick, and there was many different levels of people there, right? There's people starting their journey. There's people, it was honestly a stretch for them to be with us there, right? And I looked over at Mick after that thing. And I'm like, that one thing was worth the trip if you actually implement it, right? And that's the value of showing up, by the way, right? And so showing up and meeting, you might get one thing, and it might just be one thing, but that one thing could go on to be like a seed and an investment that's planted in your life and in your business that you take with you that can help level you up. Because how many know, like, the whole landscape, the entrepreneurial landscape or marketing, whatever the heck you want to call it, it's always constantly changing, right? And so why the heck?
What are we saying here? At some point, is someone gonna be like logical and interesting and that like say their thesis at the beginning? I guess I should have done that. As I'm like running up against my own my own bad communication style as I'm like listening to this. I'm just bored out of my mind. Then they're gonna be like, well, you shouldn't have reacted to our videos. As a third party, I guess biased. I guess I'm a biased bystander, gremlin with a conscience, looking at these videos. Why can't it be more interesting for the people who are coming on and getting trained by these incredible leaders every single week and sometimes multiple times a week? Can someone just make it interesting? Can you clean your web camera for us? For the love of God. The glow from the oils, it's a no for me. Does that mean that is the reason multi-level marketing is bad? No. I think, though, if someone is giving you hundreds of dollars a month in purchases of volume and that adds to your commission check, you should do something a little more effort-filled for those people in your downline. That's just me, though.
Do we have
Deanna,
one thing we can't afford to be is stuck
Elaine,
with our feet in the mud, right? And even with the changes to this VIP program that came out, right? It's like, you get some people with their feet kind of stuck in the mud, takes them a while to come around, and then you get these people that just, how am I going to leverage this to actually build my business, right? How am I going to use this to grow, right? And we did a Zoom call with some people last night, and that was the question I asked them. I said, like, the question you shouldn't be asking is why the change. The question you should be asking is, how can I utilize this change to grow? Right?
No.
When you start asking the right questions, you start getting the right answers.
Why are changes discouraging for people? Or why doesn't the company do a better job at making changes that are good for their sales force when they're not doing as much maybe marketing as they would have to if they didn't have 100% commission-based sales individuals? Every single change is like, we're going to take money away. You're going to have to work harder to get the money, even though we're still asking you to pay to access your commission check. I know businesses have to make a profit, yet why do you keep kicking the people who are keeping your business open? That's the cheap filter, though, the soft blur. Let me just oil up my fingers and just wipe it across my camera so I can have more of a airbrushed finish, a little glow of holiness around me.
And everything else is history. So what I'm going to teach on today is something about integrity. It's something that someone taught me one time called the integrity gap. And it's actually
the integrity gap, the integrity wasteland. What are we going to learn today? What do you think they're going to say about the integrity gap? Let me just do a little bit of a look-see. Where am I? All of my things are gone. Here we go. I'm just going to put it on this screen so we don't keep losing it. We're going to go to window. Okay, there's our buddy, the integrity gap. No thanks. An integrity gap happens when we have competing commitments or desires. When the one that wins is at odds with our belief with ourselves. You mean cognitive dissonance? Okay. Ferguson values. Oh God. When there's a difference between what we say and what we do, there's an integrity gap. If the gap is large, we'll likely experience a lot of frustration and personal dissatisfaction. What if it's a wasteland of lack of integrity? What about then? What about that? If the gap is small, these issues disappear. Oh, sorry, Jet. Oh, prove it. I'm trying on the thumbnails. I'm trying to put a little. Oh, you know what we should do? When we're reacting, we should put the little logo in the corner so that y'all can know what company we're doing straight off the bat. So we'll do. Let me find my prove it logo. Hold on. Prove it. Can I? Oh, fiddlesticks. Okay, we'll just keep going, but I'll do that for next time. I can do that for next time. Here we go.
It's become very important to me since having kids, actually, right? Because kids actually, and this, I promise you, it's not just mindset talk. It actually transforms your business. And I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. It's how many know like your kids don't care that much, or it doesn't carry that much weight when you say that you believe something, right? What they do is they watch how you model for them, and then they act like you. That's freaking scary, right? There is no hiding when you have kids. They watch you. They watch you speak. They watch what you do. They watch how much you eat. They watch how much you drink. They watch they watch everything, right? And so how you model for them is who they think you really are. And they don't, I mean, what you say is important, sure. But what they're looking for is who you are as an individual, right? And so
we're listening to him on 1.5 speed, and I get it. I feel like I could do a better job on speaking faster, and sometimes I'm thinking things out in my head before I speak. Sometimes, and sometimes I'm not. I think I would have to hire a speech coach for elocution and also being able to speak faster. But I feel like this is a lot of time that we don't necessarily need, because we could be, you know what you're going to be speaking about, deliver it, let people get back to their lives. Let's go.
gap is quite simply the gap between who you say that you want to be and who you actually are. And the reason why I call it a gap is because there's always a gap, right?
Sorry.
Otherwise we'd be perfect. And so the goal of this call is to help us kind of get some self-awareness and kind of close that gap. And we always talk about this in business, right? And I hear Brian and Abigail, they do a masterful job at coaching people when they say they have these big lofty goals. So say you want to be like a rank 8, rank 10, say you want to be like Brian, on the beach, skipping from place to place, not inviting us. Say you want to be like Brian James, right? But you come into it and you want to not work very hard. You want to just, watch Netflix every single night. You want to just, maybe send out a message once a week to somebody. If they say no, you get defeated.
Try going on an incognito window. If you log into your YouTube through the incognito window, that might help. Or some of y'all are saying Miss Yvonne is using a different web browser and is having a better success. So
there, right? And so you're always going to live with some unrest and probably discouragement. You're probably going to get discouraged because you're not being real with yourself, right? And the gap is way too big. But I want to just sympathize with you guys for a second and say we all have a bit of a gap, right? It could be in business, it could be in life, it could be somewhere, but we all have a little bit of a gap. And the goal isn't to necessarily eliminate the gap, because it's always going to be there a little bit, because that's where life is. It's in attention, right? But the goal is to close it as much as we can, right? And what you're going to gain from this is you're going to gain more productivity. So if you figure out how to close this gap, you're going to become more productive, right? You're going to have more confidence because all of a sudden you're going to be walking in alignment with what you say that you want in life, right? Rather than wanting this thing and then doing the opposite and then wondering why you're so miserable, right? And that's the whole thing. I touched on it a bit last time. We all say, you deserve confidence. It's self-confidence is this thing, especially with kids, right? We tell them, you need to be confident. There's a certain amount of truth to that. You need to have confidence, right? But there's a big part of confidence that's actually earned, right? So if
what are you talking about right now? I'm asking what you're talking about because you said that at the very beginning, you said we learned something incredible from about social media and about our business at this team, whatever, at the mastermind in Punta Cana, and here's what I learned. Just tell us what you learned, and then paint the big picture, give the big, like, vague information, and then go down and do the details. Nobody's interested because you keep dangling the carrot, and we never have a chance to take a bite out of the carrot so that we get satisfied and we know, like, there's some potential that we're going to get something to eat. Our brains are starving.
My son, who wants to be a lacrosse player, so he plays lacrosse. I don't know if any of you guys know what that actually is, but they basically run around with sticks and they hit each other and they try to throw a ball in the net. They literally are allowed to do whatever. There's basically no rules, right? It's one of the most roughest sports out there. I'm actually coaching, and it's an awesome sport. But what if he told me he wanted to be a Division I lacrosse player, and then what if his action was he just wanted to, like, video game all day, eat potato chips, and go to bed super late, not care about his sleep? Is it right for him to have confidence as a lacrosse player if he's doing all the things that work against what he says that he wants? It doesn't matter how many times I tell him, you need to be confident in who you are. You need to be confident out there. You need to show up in a big way. I could tell him all those things, but if he's not doing a certain amount of the work, no matter what I say, he's not going to gain that confidence, right? So confidence is earned, right? Confidence is earned, and the posture, people say to show up with a posture. Posture to a certain degree is earned, right? Fake it till you make it only goes so far, right? Especially nowadays when people just have.
I can see the animated one on the back end. Gregory Schmeggery. I don't know which one to play for you. I'll do this one.
It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Gregory Schmeggery. Take a shot of your beverage of choice every time he says right. Okay, I will drink my Waterloo. Oh my gosh, Judd, gifted 1 DC membership. Thank you so much. Where's our welcome?
Horatio Gold, headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Oh my gosh. Gregory, thank you for the gifted membership. And Jut, thank you for the gifted. I'm sorry. Gregory, thank you for the super chat. And Jut, thank you for the gifted membership. And Eloise was gifted the membership. So Eloise, I hope you enjoy it.
This meter for inauthenticity, because we've heard it all, we've seen it all, we've been lied to by politicians, we've been lied to by the media, and all of a sudden we just have a BS meter, right? And people can sense inauthenticity from a mile away. So the first step in this whole thing is self-awareness.
Be more authentic because our product can't speak for itself. Okay. Why do we have to be authentic if the product is good? Why do we have to be share every part of our personal lives if the product does what it says it's going to do, and then people are happy with the product, and then the product has people reordering because the product offers whatever, a service to the people and does, again, what it said it's going to do? Why do I have to make the product more credible by being more authentic? What would happen if someone said, look, this is exogenous ketones, this is what it helps with, someone buys it, it helps them with exactly the thing that I told them it was going to help them with, because I don't overstate the incredibleness of the product. I just say it's going to do this, and it does it for the person, and the person needs that done. And so the person continues to order it because the product speaks for itself. Why do we then have to be authentic? Thumbs downer? Hello? Have a day? Yes, exactly. Best channel on YouTube. Our product isn't authentic, so we need to compensate by pretending to be authentic people. Yes. I'm just wondering, I don't understand. Okay, Here's some toothpaste. The toothpaste is priced reasonably and does what it says it's going to do. I'm a salesperson. Oh, you're looking for fluoride and cavity treatment or whatever, fluoride and cavity protection and gum health? Does that. And then you brush your teeth with that for 4 months and it does that. So you come back and rebuy that product. How hard is that? Emily P., welcome to Baby Snark. Let's go.
Horatio Gold, headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to
Harper.
Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Oh, been really enjoying catching up on the live streams and really happy to join a live one. We're happy you're here and I love the elephant in your profile picture. I hope you enjoy, see if this Discord link works. If it doesn't, I will update it in Nightbot, but you should be able to join Discord. Hopefully Nightbot works. I buy products I need. I don't care who is selling. Yeah, for sure. But it's something to say at the store. It's like, hey, I'm looking for a shampoo that whatever. You tell them, hey, this is what I need, and they find you a shampoo that does that, and you like the shampoo, so you can continue to buy it. Why is Nightbot not working? Let me press play while I fix Nightbot.
Yes, and quite shortly, I'm going to drop you that takeaway that we got from Andre, who's an amazing guy with Prove It right now. He's crushing it from Germany. Self-awareness, right? So I know we always like to talk about self-awareness, but how many know that true self-awareness is a very uncomfortable thing? Right? Because guess what? When you're super self-aware, like when you become self-aware, you're aware of all the good stuff, but you're also aware of the not so good stuff. Right?
Nightbot did go to lunch.
I read a book by the guy that wrote, I forget his name actually, Green. His name's Green. He wrote The Laws of Power, right? But he also wrote a book called The Laws of Human Nature. And it's about psychology. And he explains it like this. He says that human beings, in order to cope, in order to just not walk around depressed all day, right? We develop this rose-colored glass look at ourselves. So basically every single person views themselves better than they actually are. And we do this for a reason, because if we actually went super deep, we probably wouldn't be that happy all the time. And a healthy amount of it's okay, right? But becoming truly self-aware means like acknowledging some of these parts of ourselves that maybe will cause us to stumble sometimes, right? Like we don't watch Netflix because we hate watching Netflix, right? We watch Netflix because there's a part of us inside that wants to watch Netflix, right? I'm going to talk a little bit about that later, but I'm just talking right now about taking a good look at yourself. And so the best way to actually do that is to do it in a non-judgmental way.
Oh God.
Because if you do it in a judgmental way, you're actually not going to take a look at yourself, because you're going to be like, oh man, don't want to do that, right? But take a look at yourself. Just take a step back, take a look at yourself. Ask yourself some questions like, what are my desires? What are my wants? What are my values? That's a huge one. What are my values? What are my needs? So like if you're, moms are particularly bad with this one, right? Because when you become a mom, it becomes about everybody.
Moms are particularly bad at this one. Tell me more, sir. Trying to open Discord without.
Else, right? Except yourself, right? You never take care of yourself. And, I coach a few guys, coach a few business owners. I coach a few doctors and stuff like that. And these guys are very good at taking care of everybody else. They're good at taking care of their business, right? But they're not very good at taking care of their health sometimes. And it's just, you have to become aware of your own needs, right? It doesn't necessarily come naturally. You got to be aware of your own wants and your own desires and your own outcomes. Any of us push those things down, right? Especially if you're a parent, you get into the grind of things. And like I said, moms are really bad for that, because they put everybody, they put their husband, they put the kids, and they don't really know what it is that they want anymore. And I've met a lot of moms that are like, I'm just lost. I don't know what I want anymore. I don't know. I got to make goals. Like what kind of goals can I have? Right. And a part of the process of coaching moms is like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can dream. Yes, you can do more. Right. Yes, you're your own person with your own thoughts, So self-awareness. You got to really take a deep dive into it. And I want to park on this point for a second because it really is a segue into something that we learned in Play Del Carmen. And so Andre, he's this amazing guy from Germany. He's crushing it
There you go.
online, in German. I don't understand a word he's saying on his social media, but he talked a lot about something called niche. Has anybody heard about niche?
Did you know that Instagram, you just press translate and it translates it to English? Yeah, we know what niche is. It's 2020 freaking 3. Dear God, like, it's not my team. I understand that. You should be giving better training to the people who are giving you an incredible lifestyle. You should be giving better training. You should have better people signed up to train the teams who are more dynamic and actually offer value instead of a vague bubble of awfulness.
And
Here
we
is
talked a
the
bit about it
Discord.
in Expert Secrets, and it's along the same path that we were going. But he said really the key to social media, like social media has changed in the past 7 years. Because I look back at my old Instagram, my old Prove It posted, man. They say, you shouldn't post flash sales and stuff. You used to be able to post flash sales all the time. And people would just message you, hey, sign me up. You didn't really have to be that creative. You didn't really have to be that inventive. You just had to be like post a selfie, holding a pack of ketones and just say, hey, this is on sale. And people would message you, right? It's changed a lot in the past 7 years.
It's called the anti-MLM movement. Welcome. Also, like, why don't I don't necessarily know about the ketones, but I certainly don't want the other ingredients in my body that maybe have shown up in some tests. Think about this. Let me just ask you a hypothetical question. Let me ask the chat this question. And Aaron has covered this a little bit. Let me just go over here. Oh no, this is the wrong one. See? Wrong one. There's no floof cam. Let me turn it on. Let me ask you a question. Let's say you're drinking. Hi, buddy. You awake? You so sleepy? Let's say a warehouse in California containing ketones got tested and there were higher than acceptable amounts of lead in said ketones. Hypothetically, let's say that was a situation, which I think Erin covered it on her channel. And they said, okay, well, drinking one of these may not do anything, but if these individuals are drinking 4, 5, 6, 7 ketones a day, does that then not make like that negligible higher amount of lead important if you're doing that every single day? If you're drinking 3 ketones a day, and then you're like, okay, I need a 4th, I need a 5th, I need a 6th, I need a 7th, and you're doing that a lot of days out of the year, and you have backstock and inventory, so you feel like you can drink them whenever you want, would that then make it like a meaningful issue in your body? No need for ketones and definitely no need for extra toxins. Yep, as not excreted. Yes. Bye, YouTube. Have a good rest of your day. So here's what are the side effects of lead poisoning. Lead exposure can cause high blood pressure and brain, kidney, and reproductive health issues in adults. Symptoms of lead poisoning include headaches, stomach cramps, constipation, muscle joint pain, trouble sleeping, fatigue, irritability, and loss of sex drive. Most adults with lead poisoning don't look or feel sick. Now, my next question. Can lead poisoning lead to... The Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, has determined that lead and lead components are reasonably anticipated to be human carcinogens. causing cancer in people. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, has classified lead as a probable human carcinogen. So no thanks. I think I'll pass on the ketones. Mercury with the fish oils. Karina, hero, I just got home from the doctor. Like, what time is it now? 47, probably 50 minutes ago. All more reason for a part 2 where you can talk about mercury and other heavy metals. Yes, y'all. Here's Eloise's channel. Lead poisoning can be carcinogenic and psychosis. Ooh, yikes. Yikes, prove it. Yikes. No, and I'm not alluding. I'm saying not that it for sure does that. I'm asking a question because I've heard how many of these individuals in Prove It drink so many ketones above the recommended daily amount, and that in California, at one of their facilities, the products came back with higher than expected amounts. And if that cumulatively builds up in their system, if that becomes a problem. Oh no. Okay. Enjoy your creep session. I hope Leo feels better. I hope you feel better. Lead poisoning is such a big deal that we learned about it in human development. Dang. Okay. Yikes. Not a good look, in my opinion.
Look, but I scroll back and I'm like, man, so what has happened is that the basically it's full of information. Social media is full of information. It's full of different people doing different things. And he said that the key to doing it is focusing on one specific thing. And I'm like, well, what should be someone look for if they're going to look for a niche, right? And I want to give you a real-time example of this.
Holy crap, I didn't stream yesterday. We're taking a pause. Here we go. Are we ready? Happy birthday! So here's my question. The amount of lead in the ketones isn't really that bad compared to many other exposure sources. Okay, fair. What if people have like the genetic differences in people make them more potentially susceptible to exposure to lead? And there, in my opinion, wasn't ever a recall for the like higher than it's supposed to be in those ketones. I understand there's other like exposure sources and stuff like that. I'm just, what if there's a tipping, and I don't know. I mean, maybe Eloise can speak on this. I don't want to I don't want to fuck around and find out by saying like, hey, there's this report that came out for these supplements that most registered dietitians and pharmacists believe are unnecessary to take to live a healthy lifestyle. And then to find out there's the amount found in there, okay, that, all right, at one ingestion doesn't tip the scale towards causing really big issues, but what if you're doing 7 a day? All of a sudden, instead of doing 7 a week, you're doing 49 a week or something like that, or even 35 a week. So I'm just wondering, like, the accumulation of all that, what if some people have a harder time, like their body processes has a harder time removing it from their system? That seems like something seems twisty to me in that sense. And it's because I just don't understand the science behind it. To me, it's like, how could a rep get excited when these reports have come out and there was nothing said by corporate about the issues at their California warehouse? OMG, the birthday squirrel. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. For sure. They're giving ketones to kid as well and having multiple packets a day. And are kids less able to... Yeah, I'm just like, I guess I have questions. And... Oh, he has antibiotics and pain meds, so he should be fine soon. His DC rainbow hat. Oh, good. Good. Leo and Karina have matching hats now. Oh, yes, Karina, that's awesome. I don't think there's a mechanism in the human body to remove heavy metals, which is why silver eventually turns you blue. Oh my God. Lead is still used in many water systems, and that's one of the biggest sources, so it's not good, but I would say still. Got it. And I appreciate that. I appreciate having like a reasonable conversation, and I love that there's so many like smart people in the live chat, and we can talk about this, because one, you know, I don't want it to be an echo chamber, and two, like I don't have enough like knowledge to make it an echo chamber of like my own doing, because I'm not smart enough. There is chelation therapy, but that's not really a cure. The half-life of lead varies from about a month in blood, 1 to 1.5 months in soft tissues, and about 25 to 30 years in bone. Lead in bone is considered a biomarker of cumulative exposure because lead accumulates in bone over the lifetime, and most of the lead body burden resides in bone. Oh my God. Eloise, so we were looking at a video the other night. Sorry, I'm like twisty. We were looking at PM International, and one of the guys on the board for that makes like the supplements and stuff, he's a doctor of naturopathy, and he was talking to someone in the audience. Someone in the audience was asking a question. He is a Vietnam vet who was exposed to Agent Orange. And the guy, the naturopathic doctor, said that the products, well, he said, let's talk after, but yeah, the products can help. So the products from PM International, he was claiming could help someone with exposure to Agent Orange. And we were having a conversation in the live chat that you can pass Agent Orange down like 3 generations. And I was talking to other people in my DMs that their uncle, thankfully didn't get sucked into like an MLM and like was able to get medical treatment. But it's like, it's wild to see all the far reaching places these MLMs try to go to. And like it's just, Twist City. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Eloise. Let people know everything that's in the ketones and let them choose if they want to drink it. Yes, Candy Dragon. Just give them informed consent. That's what, was that what Aya was saying? Someone in the live chat was saying that the other day when we were watching it. And I'm going to send the video to Aaron B's as well. Because of how strong Agent Orange is. Yeah, there's some houses that do, Helen, and there's some plumbing that does. Yeah. Interesting, Cena. My childhood's best friend's dad was exposed to Agent Orange and it affected her.
And a niche is your niche would be something that you could talk about all day long, right? And so when we're talking about being an expert, it's not necessarily, I mean, if you talk about a subject for a year straight, you're going to become an expert on it, right? But what's something right now, this is the key to knowing yourself, is like, what's something right now that you're super interested in?
He's saying something you could talk about all day long. That's a very like basic understanding of it. It is like A specialized segment, I'm reading this from the dictionary, a specialized segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service, a niche. Like, I don't know. My dad's talking on the phone. Denoting products or services or interests that appeal to a small specialized section of the population. Or in social media, what makes you unique that you can offer something valuable to the community that you're trying to reach. It's more, it's he's almost right. He's almost right.
Right? Because what people are looking for online right now, they're not looking for, you look at people's accounts and it's like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm everything, right? And people are usually looking for one thing. Like, what, if I'm going to follow you, if I'm going to follow Abigail, what am I actually looking for? Right? What am I actually getting when I follow her and I'm going to watch her feed? And he said, as specific as you can get, and as narrow as you can get, the better, right? So the number one.
Yes and no, but it's different on social media. When you're building your niche, you can do a more nuanced and a more far-reaching approach because one, you have to develop your avatar of who you're talking to, and it's not just what do they look like? How old are they? Do they have a dog? That's not, it's like way more complex than that. But when you're talking about your foundational core, like of your brand and your niche on your channel, you pick words that describe like what you want to do, like how you want to deliver more of your niche to your audience. So it could be education, it could be like I'm going blank. It could be like more entertainment. It could be, I'll just pull it up. I'll just pull it up because I have my notes. Hold on. Please hold. Where is it? Your 3 core beliefs. Where is it? It was right there. 3 core beliefs and values. Sorry, it's downloading from the cloud. What are you passionate about? What do you want to share? What does your brand represent? You could just make a list, okay? That's for you. And your audience, think of, and this is after you make your audience avatar, what do they need and want from you? And what pains can you solve, okay? You make a list, and when you start seeing similarities, you circle them. So then you can go, so some ideas. It for your list, like what are you passionate about? I'm passionate about information, education, empowering people's empathy. I'm passionate about that. Optimization, design, assist, simplify, challenge, encourage, adventure, popular, rational, passionate, urgency, scarcity, rewards, embrace, potential, empathy, pain, satisfaction, enthusiasm, initiative, ambition, bandwagon, exclusive, validation, lifestyle, product, compel, support, exclusive, friendly, fun, enlightened, value, incentive, humor, community, familiarity. So you make your list, okay? And then what are 3 words that are repeated in both columns, and you come up with your values or your core beliefs about your brand, about your account, about whatever it is. And then you get to make an infrastructure for your content that actually is coming from something meaningful, that is like more of like a deep core thing that's not just about you, it's also about the people that you're trying to reach, if that makes sense. Sorry for referencing my notes.
He said the number one person for bringing in customers in Europe right now. Get this. She posts facial massages on Instagram. That's all. Facial massages. Okay? That's niche, right?
No.
And so the big thing here, and I'm taking a bit of a segue here, is
it's not exactly a niche, because there's also something to be said on TikTok and Instagram about saying what content do people want to watch. People want to... Okay, I have to let my dog out. Go on. I love you so much. Goodbye. Hi, Sam. I don't know if I should be raging right now or not. People need actually help in multi-level marketing company, and they get this. They get vagueness. They don't get specifics. They don't get actual help, and then they get blamed for not being successful in multi-level marketing. Oh, awesome, Jolene. I'm sorry that your dad that happened. Oh. Eclectic Mima, hello. I could talk about pigeons for hours. I love that. I'm sick and tired of these top leaders in multi-level marketing not knowing how to help their downline. I understand the compensation model's broken. I'm upset because there's good people who spend so much time trying to do everything and be successful, and they don't even get good training. They get awful training.
And I said, well, what's the big challenge with getting people to buy into the thought process? Because I can see one already, and that is like, I'm more than just that. I'm more than just one thing, right? I'm more than just that. And
yes. Yeah, it is loud. I thought of DC and the crafty streams. I have crocheted knit patterns for sweaters from a small business, but I have no talent. Any recs for who to hire for this? If you look up, there are pattern testers out there. You can find them on Ravelry. You can find them if just type in like pattern tester needed, and you can maybe start working with someone where you can pay them for their time, and then they can produce sweaters and stuff like that, if that makes sense. So, but you would need to find pattern testers because you need someone who can, and maybe they would know of someone who can like be in production for you. Hi, Julie. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? You don't need marketing advice, just a positive mindset. You're a pattern tester? Oh my God. See, and if people are given actual steps and they do those things and still fail, the lie will be clear. And that's probably why they don't. It just makes me mad. It makes me mad that someone's propped up because they make a lot of money and they don't know what they're talking about. And I guess like I should actually put into practice what I know, because I've just been like wanting to live stream and not do anything like that I know how to do on YouTube or like on Instagram, because I'm just like, just want to hang out with the live chat instead of actually being strategic and like doing my core values and like being more intentional. And it's like, I could build more credibility that way.
he said, you're not you're still yourself when you show up there. You're just gearing your content towards one thing, right? You're just gearing your content towards your niche. You're still you. You still have all those qualities, and people will see that when they follow you.
4 months? That's awesome. I can't wait until we get to do the 6 month, the lint roller. Oh, Kate, I don't know if I said hi to you. Hello. But flying by the seat of our pants is more fun. It is more fun. Let me play a good soundtrack. Also,
lick the stream.
Lick the stream if you haven't yet. I'm trying to find a soundbite, but I don't have anyone.
Shut up, Wesley. There are 4 lights.
Perfect for team.
We are the 4. You will be assimilated.
We are team.
Resistance is futile.
We're Team Legend University. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
Are you out of your Vulcan mind? Damn it, man! I'm a doctor, not a physicist.
Oh, I love getting licked by you, Brandy Lee. Oh, good. Yeah, I mean that's what I like to do. I like to. The problem with MLMs is that it's like Chinese whispers or the telephone games where the rules are skewed over time. And the practice of doing the game, the confusion is built in because it is funny. Like it is like part of you're looking to see how much it can twist from the start to the end, or you're hoping that you're going to be able to, pass it all the way around. But when you play the game, the lore of the game, it's more fun when it gets messed up. And in this, keeping people confused keeps them in longer because they're not going to see they're losing money. And most people lose or don't make any money in multi-level marketing. And I'm talking about, like, even if you're making $200 a month, you're like, does making 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Does making $2,400 a year and then you have to pay taxes on that, is that worth it? After you've also done all your stuff that you've been sending out to your team and all the time spent and all of the inventory bought, like I'm saying $2,400 a month. Does that cover what you're actually spending? A lot of times, no. Oh my gosh. Wesley's at Academy. Oh my God, Eloise, I love that you love Star Trek. I just want to draw cats and people will give me money somehow. I bet you could do that. Did you draw your cat? Because I love the cat in your profile picture. I will say this. People like videos where they can watch you do something. So if you can do top-down camera and you can start do some A/B testing on what will get interest, and you go on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and see like what starts garnering you some attention, you can start that way. Rosie, let me make you a mod really quickly and you can link your account. Okay. If you want to link your account. Oh no. I can't. Dang it. Add as a moderator. Just a temporary moderator. There we go. They are interesting, Lindsay. Just try them. Just put them out. They're just put them out. Like I crop them so they're 1080 by 1920 and put music to it or talk over it. Talking over it might even be better. Or talk over it with a little bit of music underneath. It's me. There is Rosie's Instagram. I'm going to subscribe if I'm not already subscribed. I will put it up. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. I know you're working. 1640. God dang it. Oh, Brian James on vacay again. Oh, but he's just so magical. Like, he just gives up his time all the time.
But what you're doing is you're giving people...
Catch me streaming for work on vacation. I mean, I would stream because I like streaming, but maybe he likes working. Maybe he likes making millions of dollars and prove it. And, like, it's just fun for him to take time away from his family to, like, get on a coaching call.
A specific channel, and you're creating a narrower funnel so that you can create content for specific people and create a following for specific people, because people in 2023 need a specific reason to follow you. And he's like, you're always selling. Sometimes you're soft selling. Sometimes you're drinking ketones on your storyline. Sometimes you're doing this, but you're gearing your content towards a specific niche. And he went on and on. There's more training that we can do about this, but he said that's the number one thing. And he said the second that they get people in and they get them trained, the first thing they do is the
Why is he talking so slow? And I was like, oh, because he's not a 1.25. Oh, come on.
leadership actually helps them pick their niche. And they run with that.
No.
And it's a hard concept for people to get.
Leadership actually helps them pick their niche. No, this is the sloppiest way to do that. This is the sloppiest way to do that. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Make a list. Fold a piece of paper, hot dog style. Open it back up. Write you on one side. Write your audience on the other side. List what you're passionate about. Lindsay, passionate about drawing cats. Cool. What does Lindsay want to share? Her art. So that she can possibly sell her art. What does your brand represent? Creative, creative design of floof pictures, something like that. Maybe specifically cats. We don't know. And then your audience. What does your audience need from you? Maybe they need a soothing video of being able to watch someone create art. Cool. Maybe they want to buy art. Cool. What do they want from Lindsay? To buy Lindsay's art of cats. Maybe. We don't know. All right? So you just list and list and list. And then you're going to write even more. But what else does Lindsay want to do? Lindsay probably wants to design. We already learned that in this conversation. And then Lindsay wants to do what? What? Maybe Lindsay likes humor. We don't know. I haven't asked too many questions. I'm looking at my list of my notes. Maybe inspire people, but we're looking at some of these words because design's already in there. Artistry is already in there. You pick 3. So the audience, sorry. Thank you. You're a kind human. Love you. And so, what does Lindsay's audience want? You can put some of these in there. They're looking to be inspired. Maybe inspirations on the list. And maybe Lindsay wants to inspire people. For what? To say like, oh, maybe I need a picture of my cat to purchase that looks just like this. Okay. So you can have 2 of those. Inspire are both in both lists. So it's part of your core values. I want to make people happy. So inspire would be the inspire, motivation, and design, probably. Okay? Yes. I need to finish the holiday squirrel intro for DC for the audience that enjoys the squirrels and fuckery and kazoos. Yes. So like that, after clarifying with Lindsay, we know that inspiration, motivation, design are friendly, are in the core values list. Okay? You can do 3 or 4. And then this is all done after you do your audience avatar. You're then going to work on your bio. You're then going to do your layout because it's more strategic than that. So I'm also done packing now because I ran out of bubble wrap. Yes, let's go. I don't know.
Because we view our social media as an expression of who we are. Almost like I got to write every single little thing that I am.
You hate kazoos?
Right? Whereas the people...
Brandy Lee, are you saying you hate this one? Where's this one? You hate kazoos? Okay, but wait till this beat drops, okay? I'm having to pause it so I don't get slapped by YouTube. Also, I'm sorry, Lynn. Wait for it. Wait for it. How does that not slap? That's so fun. What about this one? Oh, you hate Star Wars. Never mind. Okay, hold on. What's this one?
The
Oh no, that's a real one. Here, you like Walker, Texas Ranger?
unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you.
Loathe Entirely? No, Brandy Lee. Oh, this just crushes my soul. How do you feel about lint rollers? Who are we? Small businesses and artists. What do we want to share our art and maybe make a little money? Yes. Oh, awesome, Lindsay.
Looking to follow you are looking to solve a specific problem. And as specific as you can get on
Man.
that problem.
Oh, what other song do I have though? Okay, wait, you hate Star Wars. Hold on. What about this one? High School Musical? Do you hate High School Musical? Oh, perfect. That's where our brand started with lint rollers. So we have one commonality. Indiana Jones kazoo. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Indiana Jones. Where is it? So what you're telling me, Brandy, is I need to have timestamps so people can skip over the kazoos.
Problem, the more likely you're going to get followers.
Perfect.
So you got to think of like who actually do you want to follow you.
We're back.
You got to actually think about like what can I actually talk about for long periods of time. And so I would pick something that you're somewhat interested in, right? And you got to have some self-awareness for that.
I do have, unfortunately, I have Shoulder Smolder. I mean, the Aaron B's ones that she plays with the squirrel, but it's kazoo form. So
anyway, that was a huge gold nugget. That's what, and it's not the first time I've heard this. I don't know if you guys follow Brock Johnson.
the Friends theme and kazoo.
Instagram coach guy.
I'll find it.
He's been saying this for a long time as well. And I think our industry is kind of just catching up because, like I said, the whole landscape's changed to social media. It's harder to build a following right now than it has in a while. And you don't just want a following either, right? You want actual.
Stop it right now. Oh my God, this is incredible. Oh my God, I'm downloading it right now. Sorry, we're distracted today. I'm distracted. Oh my God. I just want the audio. Come on. Download. Yes. We're playing it right after we download this. Okay. We have to take out the little ding at the front. So Premiere Pro. I don't know how to do this in any other one. Audacity. Where's Audacity? Maybe I can do it in Audacity. I'm not ruining Friends. Build a bridge. Meet me halfway. Oh, you know. Where's our earplugs when we need them? I'm sorry. I'm not ruining Friends. I might be ruining it a little bit. Just plug your ears. But look at this cute squirrel playing Friends. Hold on. Audio. Wait, kazoo cover. Date. Where did I download this to? There you go, Friends theme. Here we go. Hopefully we won't get booted for this. Export. There we go. I want to put it in the audio folder. Save. Export. Okay, we got it. We got it. We got to find the sounds now. Sorry. We're distracted. Are we ready? No! Wrong. Oh, wait. Nope. Oh. Oh, messing it up. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I really am not. I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie. Oh my god.
You want actual people that are engaged in your content, right? They call it vanity metrics, where you're getting likes and follows and stuff like that. We don't
Yes.
want likes, follows. We want actual humans that we
I
can
do.
talk to, because the whole point of social media is
The
actually
one I get slapped for the most is the final countdown.
to create conversations. Okay, so let's just I mean, it's yeah, we have social media. That's the hook in the water, and us pulling them in the boat is the actual conversation. So what I see with the younger generation is they just want to throw up a post and hope someone's going to buy off their link, and it's like, no, you still have to connect with humans.
The younger generation. The younger generation is arguably better at social media than dinosaurs like myself. So I don't know what he's saying. The younger generation just wants to throw up a post. Sir, eye roll of a lifetime. You don't even know what you're talking about. If you're gonna reference information, why don't you have information that's actually like real? Seriously. Oh my god.
Right? That has never changed, and it never will change. So anyway, that's a segue that I wanted to talk about. Does that make sense? Does anyone have anything to add to that or any questions? No. We can do more on that, I think, and it's something that I'm developing.
I do, Nate.
I have a conspiracy theory. Do y'all want to hear it? It's about Brian James and Nate Justice. And I could be wrong. I've only watched, dozens of hours of their Zoom calls. Did you know that Team Legend University is making people register for the Zoom calls now because of this list of videos getting out? And it's like, what's the point of registering for it when we were sent these from a public, literally a public list? Because contrary to popular belief, unlisted isn't private. Hi, Heather. I know some people in their 70s that learned internet how to do things when technology evolved. Stop being so ignorant to learning. Yes. Y'all? Do y'all follow Heather? Because Heather's awesome. Here's my conspiracy theory. I don't think anybody wants to know. Every time we've heard Brian James, he either is making fun of Nate Justice on a call. Maybe they do have a sarcastic, back and forth relationship, but there is not one time I've seen where Brian allows Nate to talk and teach without him correcting or chiming in. Bye, Barbie. My mom is 70 and works as a mod on Zoom, making sure people are muted and in present mode. Is your mom my favorite person ever? I love that. Here he is. The man, the myth. Just kidding. Here's Brian.
Little dialogue.
Yeah.
No, I love how you're doubling down, because and for those of you that have been here with us since Expert Secrets, it's this whole concept of less is more. Less is more. Would you rather have 100 savage, loyal, devoted followers, or 10,000 followers that never engage in anything? And it is the whole concept. We're following this theme of less is more. Yeah, sure. 35 Facebook conversations versus 3 quality coffee appointments. I promise you, the 3 will win out long term all day long. It is a less than more philosophy. And
how do you, not that I'm going to be boosting Jessie Lee Ward up, how do you explain her ability to recruit then? And I'm not saying that she was as rich as she said she was. I'm saying, like, how do you explain her growth that she did have? Brian? Yeah, 100% Jessica. Stop using words like savage. Okay, thanks. Yep.
After I just give you a little example, after we did the whole expert secrets, after we did the whole, listen, stop being like, if you think you're going to attract people when it comes to health, wealth, and relationships, you're freaking nuts. It's like,
I hate to be like, but Jessie Lee Ward did. Was she ethical? In my opinion, no. Has she since passed away? Yes. How do you explain her, what she was doing in the marketing space? And she was getting people to sign up for her team, etc., etc., etc. Hi, Shelly.
you're not grabbing anyone. You're not getting loyalty out of anyone because you're being so general, right? So after he did this, and I'm just going to give you a very raw, real, and also expose myself.
I don't want you to expose yourself to us, sir. Thanks. Like, I think it's inappropriate, but why is Nate not allowed to teach when the Abby at the beginning said Nate Justice is going to be teaching on this call, and then Brian's like, oh yeah, let me interrupt, and then Brian starts teaching. Oh, it's Brian's team. He can do whatever he wants. Okay. It's a commentary channel. Sit down.
So after I did the whole expert secrets, talked about really find a niche, like really like take it down the way he explained it as health, then keto, then a specific aspect of intermittent fasting keto, and then you could dive down one layer even deeper into like some crazy element of women fat. Like Abigail was talking to us about this the other day, is how fasting for women is drastically different than fasting for men, right? So you're following these things. You're 4 levels deep at that point, right? So
says the guy that wanted people to not sleep at events to make it more of a military mindset. Audience, I give you Brian James. Niching down, I understand, but it's you also have to do your core beliefs first. Okay? Like, give me a break.
Now you have the ability to really connect and attract somebody. And Nate, I would love for you to expand on this. But here's what I did. I took my Keto Man page, which
I'll explain this to you. Nate, you're not doing a good enough job. And was he doing a great job speaking? No. Am I offended at the idea that they are not even letting Nate try? And they're embarrassing him, in my opinion, on stream because Brian jumped in and then's like, I would like you to expound on this point a little bit more, blah, 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 blah. Instead of, hey, Nate's talking about this, and this, and I agree with that. And then you can come in and like, I'd love to hear a little bit more on this. It's just talk about leadership. This ain't it.
Already had like 22,000 followers, something that I've been working for a long time. And I thought to myself, what's something that I'm passionate about? What's something that I can talk about all day? Well, one thing for me is 85% of the meat that we eat, I harvested, or I'm part of the harvesting process of it. So I just thought, let's try this to just say, hey, let's take this layer deep, because keto, it's a very general thing now, right? Everybody's keto, everybody's done the thing. So
not everyone is keto. Not everyone needs to be on keto. Like talk with your registered dietitian.
To the wild keto man. I literally, guys, I've done 2 videos. I did a couple posts, like I kid you not, less than 5. And I've been wildly inconsistent. Didn't do crap. Here's the thing. It went from 22,000 followers just after those couple of things in 1 month. I've just hit 23,000 followers with almost no activity, just doing a couple of things.
Follow me. I'm the leader. I'm going to be incredibly inconsistent. I'm not going to set an example. After Nate said, you know what kids do? They just watch behaviors and they copy it. And we have this leader who's like, I'm going to be incredibly inconsistent. So all of his team is watching and they're not doing anything productive because they see their guy, Brian, not doing shit.
And all I did, I noticed more likes. I noticed it from different people. I noticed more engagement. I know more messages just from trying to be.
Really?
And here's the thing, like, we want more. We want more likes. We want more following. We want more people. No, I don't. I would give up my 23,000 followers for two.
There's his internet connection again, coming in strong from his vacation home and wherever he is. Brian's so rich that he just gets to, travel wherever he wants, and he's so gracious to give his time all on vacation, and you're just a hater, DC. You know how awful it is if you have any kind of like hearing issues for internet stuff to go in and out, and you're trying to catch what he's saying and you can't? What do I know? Nothing.
130, just everything I did and everything I did, they wanted to be a part of. If I left, if I traveled somewhere, they asked, hey, can I meet you there? Like that.
He only has 5,265 followers on his Instagram. Does he have something different on TikTok? Okay, Brian James TikTok. That's not him. Where's his TikTok? BrianJames.com. Takes you to Facebook. Wow. How 2023 of you, dude. Okay, where is your TikTok? Did you really do this? I'm just over this. Okay. Experience the power of ketones. Oh, this is the campfire video. Detour. Sorry, we're taking a detour. Okay, this is the campfire video.
Have you ever built a campfire before? If so, did you know that?
Oh, we're gonna buffer. Delighted. Can I download this video? No, Wistia? Okay, I don't. There we go. We got it. Let me go back. It was buffering, so we will.
Have you ever built a campfire before? If so, did you know that by building that fire, you've actually unlocked the power for unlimited energy, fat loss, and focus? Let me explain. When you build a campfire, there are 3 types of fuel that you can use: kindling, logs, and coal. Now, the kindling is the easiest to catch on fire. It burns fast, and if you're not careful, it'll be gone before the larger logs even catch on fire. The logs take a little bit longer to catch on fire, but if you're able to burn them correctly, eventually they
Normally you do kindling first and then you put the logs on top so that as the kindling is able to light the larger logs on fire, that you can build more of. Okay, forget it.
catch the coals on fire and give you a nice long heat that'll keep you warm throughout the night. So how does knowing that give you unlimited energy, fat loss, and focus? Well, did you know that there are also 3 types of fuel that run your body? Carbs, proteins, and fats. And each one works differently inside of you. The first is carbs. Yes, we love them, and yes, we crave them. And as soon as we start to eat them, we get an instant burst of energy, but unfortunately, it doesn't last long. And
your body needs carbs.
Left with a crash and a constant craving for more. Now next, we shift to the proteins, the building blocks for our muscles, but also they can actually be the
There's things more than protein shakes. Oh my God.
barrier that keeps us from losing fat. And then there is the last and the best source of fuel.
What protein shake? the protein shakes looks like batteries, so it looks like he's drinking battery acid. Who did this? Who made this?
We call this source fat. And like the coal, if you can catch it on fire, it'll give you the longest and the best source of energy. But for most people, it's almost impossible to get to a state where they can actually burn fat. Now, this is a state we call ketosis. So why is it so hard? Well, it starts with the kindling, or the carbs. We eat some, but they quickly burn off, causing our energy to drop and giving us cravings for more. We can keep throwing these sticks on the fire, but they will burn fast and never give us the consistent warmth or energy that we need. When you start to add protein,
That guy just kicked his leg and a piece of candy fell out.
body can burn these logs as fuel a little bit longer, yet it still doesn't compare to what happens when you get your body to a state where it can actually burn fat. So why do we want to burn fats?
This guy just keeps patting his belly and like jiggling it. Like, who told the graphic designer to do this?
Well, a few reasons. Common sense says that burning fats, well, it helps us lose fat, and he's right. But on top of that, when you get to a state where you're burning pure fats, they release ketones into your body. And these little ketones are like thousands of little motivational speakers running through your body. They give you energy, they give you focus, they make you feel incredible, and yes, they make the fat melt off your body because it's finally being burned off. It's no longer being guarded by the carbs and the proteins. So if getting through the carbs and the proteins and into the fats is so important, then why are we doing it each day? Well, the answer is because it's hard. To get our best fuel source and start burning fats and releasing ketones, the average person will have to work out 10 times harder and longer than they are now. They've got to burn through all of their carbs and all of their proteins, and then, and only then, will they finally hit.
Can someone here's my question. So you're chewing all your food together. Digestion starts in the mouth. And you're chewing, let's say you're chewing a sandwich. You've got bread and meat and cheese on it. And that's all combining together. And then you swallow it. And it's going into your stomach. It mixes with the digestive juices. And it breaks down the bigger pieces of food into smaller molecules. And then the food is absorbed through the small intestine into the bloodstream, right? I'm confused. Do the molecules like the protein, the carbs go first and the protein goes second and the fat goes third? I didn't think it did that. Fat metabolism makes ketones. Ketones do not cause fat metabolism. Thank God Eloise is here. You got an ad for a night guard? Oh no! Where's our Legos? Where's our toy ads? Where's our Tiff's treats? Lisa, hello. You've missed fuckery. We're watching the campfire video from Prove It, and it's twisty. I'm just confused. I'm confused. Thank you, Lisa. Not me watching this while eating my Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Cheetos are delicious. Cheetos are so good. Bryce, I hope you have an incredible snack.
They're fat. Yet that's where the magic happens. But even for the most extreme people who have learned to biohack their own bodies to get into a state of ketosis, it can often take weeks or months to even get there. But when they are in that state, they are on. Perfect energy, perfect focus, and perfect fat loss. It's kind of like playing the game Pac-Man, where most of the game you spend running away from the ghost. But every once in a while, Pac-Man will eat one of those power pellets and everything suddenly changes. Instead of running away from the ghost, you're on fire and you start actually chasing the ghost. And the game becomes yours for the taking. That's how it feels when you're in ketosis. Life literally becomes yours for
Are you allowed to use the Pac-Man name in your video?
taking. It's sad, but most people spend their whole life like Pac-Man at the beginning of the game, trying to stay safe and secure, not even knowing that the power pellets exist, not knowing what it's like to be on. Now, as I'm sure you can tell, having these ketones in your blood is the goal. But how do we get there without spending weeks or months biohacking our way into ketosis? Well, that's a question we asked ourselves a few years ago. And at first, it seemed like an impossible question. But recently, some scientists we work with have stumbled upon a new formula that actually made it possible. We call this new formula the Ketone Operating System, or Keto OS for short. Within just 60 minutes of taking it, your body almost instantly goes into ketosis. Check out how this works. Before Keto OS, they're not in ketosis. Within less than 60 minutes after taking Keto OS, your body is in nutritional ketosis. Isn't that awesome? But don't just take our word for it. Get your Keto OS now and do the test and prove it to yourself. After you do, you'll discover a few things. First, Keto OS is the best tasting health drink that you've ever had.
False.
Second, you'll see your body almost instantly go into nutritional ketosis. And third, you'll almost instantly feel what world-class athletes and biohackers spend weeks trying to accomplish. Your body will be in nutritional ketosis, and you'll get all the benefits that come with that. Increased fat loss, more mental clarity and focus, tons of extra energy. So do you want to experience what it feels like to be in ketosis? If so, then get your Keto OS now and find out what it feels like to unlock your energy, fat loss, and focus.
So I've got a question. How inclusive? Oh, I'm not gonna ask that. I'm not gonna ask that. So as food travels through the digestive system, it is broken down, sorted, and reprocessed before being circulated around the body to nourish and replace cells. Okay. So what they were saying right about the oh God. Let me just link this for people in the chat. If you have ketones in your urine, go to your doctor. Well, they have the blood things. They have these, they wanted you to do these little, whatever, the finger prick ones where you put your blood on those little test strips and then you would test. That's what they have you test. The blood, not the glucose, but the ketone little strips or whatever for testing to see if you're in ketosis. Keto has turned into something to help people with epilepsy into a cult. I signed up for the Twin Flames thing. Hold on. I gotta check my email. Sorry, I'm distracted. Okay, quit. Gmail. Do you think they're still sending stuff out? Twin Flames Ascension Introductory Course. Do we want to go through the course together? Because I do. As promised, here is the first lesson from Jeff and Shalia's new 8-part Twin Flame Ascension Introductory Course. In this first lesson, you will find out the truth about what the highly talked about Twin Flame Runner-Chaser dynamic actually is and learn how to completely transcend it in your union. We'll share with you the key to attracting your twin flame to you and important exercises to help you do that. I should have done that for this stream. That's okay. We'll do it. We can do it Friday. Y'all want to do it on Friday? Or, because I know y'all are going to be busy doing stuff tomorrow. Oh, disappointment.
Type of deal. So when we talk about local environments, when we talk about what Nate's talked about through this entire training, I just want you guys to think about less is more. And
I know, I just saw that she was doing it too, and I had downloaded, or I had tagged Danielle Ryan, because Danielle Ryan did a stream on it on Monday, and then I was like, I'm signing up for the course, and now it's Wednesday, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm late.
Something my mentor used to tell me, he said, if you focus on doing things right,
yes, only
you'll
the
always
USCs.
end up doing things fast, because everyone wants fast, everyone wants now. He said that do it right, it'll go fast. If you focus on fast, you'll always be revolving door. You'll always be chasing it. what I said on the last week's training. A horse that shits fast doesn't shit for long.
Oh, I'm
right?
not doing
So
it right now,
it's
Marie,
that whole
but
concept.
have a good night.
Maybe a little bit of expanding and nailing that down for us to get out of our heads that it's funny because this background, this is real. Do you know how many influencers and people work on, like, they literally will put up like these imaging AI backgrounds and stuff like that to make.
Do they? Who does that?
People think that they're in places that they're not and they're doing whatever. I mean, what does that do for your own psyche? Like, being real is how you get it. Last thing I'll say is this: the more real that you are, the more loyal you'll get, the more loyalty you'll get. I still remember when Kendra McMurphy and when Katie Rollins and these girls, we had this really authentic huddle one night. And Kendra went and literally one night she spilled her guts on everything. And that created the entire base for her legend business that still maintains today, no matter how active she is. Like, it's insane. She spilled her guts one night and everyone she attracted everything that she has today from that. So I know that wasn't much dialogue, Nate, but I think you're doubling down on everything we've been talking about for 3 months. And if anyone on here gets it, you guys will be the one at the end of the year when everybody's like,
Jessica, you want to do that stream with me? Kendra McMurphy, our bestie who flagged. It's fine. She's just. It's fine. My right ear is just being awful. Oh, it's a TikTok thing? I wouldn't be working if I was on the beach either.
oh my God, how'd they do it? How did they do it? They went less is more. They went for quality, not quantity.
Oh, that's awesome, Brian. Yeah. And it's funny because I was talking with Andre about it, and he's got a whole bunch of followers on social media, but you really have to look at, like, you can't miss the forest from the trees with social media either, right? Because he's like, yeah, I got X amount of followers, but he's like, you know what? I'd rather have X amount of followers. I'd rather lose them all today and get like however many thousand new ones, right? Because it's new eyeballs on his content, right? And so think about that for a second. I mean, if the number one customer getter in Europe right now with our company is doing facial massages and somehow tying ketones into it, right? Think about what
I want to know who this person is. The number one, prove it, competition, prove it, competitors. No, 2023 events. So I'm guessing. Oh, their trailer for Epic is so culty. Okay. Prove it events, more prove it. I'm looking for, here we go. How to qualify. I want to see. Who is, leaderboard is live here. So he's saying Germany. That's Florence. So that's Marina. Maybe he's not rank. That's Patricia. I'm looking for the German. I think they said Germany. Okay, I'll keep looking.
niche could be, right? Think about what specifically could you talk about? What could you add value to the world with, right? I think that's brilliant what Brian was doing with the wild keto man, especially with all the carnivore stuff and everything that's out there right now. I think it's great. And it's just one layer deeper, right? And more specific, more pinpoint. You're narrowing the funnel a little bit. And back 10 years ago, all you needed to grow a following was to look hot on social media, on especially Instagram. Right? You just need to be good looking. And so Brock Johnson, the guy that is the Instagram growth coach, he talks about, like, the number one thing right now is not actually some of that stuff being ridiculously good looking and stuff like that. It actually puts a big barrier up between you and someone else, right? And because what people are looking for is relatability and trust, right? Relatability and trust. And how can you trust? Can you trust someone that's super ridiculously gorgeous, that has, like, everything going for them, that's, has a big back, like the AI background, like Brian was saying, and they never show any kind of flaw. They everything's super edited, super amazing. So I had one video go viral, like as viral for me, right? Like, so it was like, I think it was like 800 or 900,000 views on Facebook, a reel, right? And I look back on it, first of all, mostly negative comments. So if you're looking for validation, stay off social media, because if something goes viral, you're probably just going to get lit up. And I did. I absolutely got lit up. It was a strength training video. So all these gym bros were telling me everything I was doing wrong. And they're telling me I was small and weak and all this stuff, right? And so anyway, I kind of laughed. I replied to them because they were just boosting my algorithm every time they commented. And actually Facebook started paying me for reels after that video. So that was pretty cool. Thanks, guys. But the funny thing is, I look back on it like 3 weeks later, and there was a spelling error in the title of my video. I spelled serious wrong.
Do.
So I was like, how to build serious muscle, and I spelled serious wrong. And
oh, gee, I love when you stream. My only challenge is in my head. You have brown hair, and I'm surprised every time. But that's a me thing. We can send her a wig for sure. I'm just kidding. It's not Sasha. It's another person they mentioned earlier in the video, and I wasn't paying attention.
So I think the thing is, like, this is kind of another side note. If you're on social media and you're trying to be perfect, right? You're spending so much time, like, you know, trying to get that perfect piece of content up, and you're trying to airbrush and filter and blah, blah, blah. It's like, just throw it up there. You never know what's going to happen, right? And if you dial into a specific niche and you start building a loyal following that you can connect with, because that's the whole point, is connecting with people, right? If you're giving them a reason to look for you, you're giving them a reason to connect with you. And then it's up to you to take it from there. And all we're looking for in this business is to connect with more people, right? And connect with them in meaningful ways. And all this is a tool to do that. Okay, so we shouldn't be scared of the tool. We should utilize the tool, and we should do it in the way which other people are doing that gets the results. And it may change in 5 years. I guarantee you it's going to change, right? But change is something that we embrace as entrepreneurs. So double down on the niche thing. Double down on being specific. Less is more. And you're not sacrificing your identity, because the big pushback for this one is like, I don't want to sacrifice all these other things, right? There's all these aspects to me.
Hi,
and
Ronnie.
that is true, but you're going to bring that when you're bringing your specific.
Ronnie, this is for you.
Good God, man. Damn it, man, I'm a doctor, not a physicist.
No! No!
Shut up, Wesley.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
I've only seen 2 tools on the Zoom call.
Content anyway. You're not a robot where you're going to talk about one thing and then people are going to be like, this person, that's all there is to them. There's no more. They're going to see you if you're showing up in an you're going.
Ronnie, what is happening? Uh-oh. Welcome to Illyria just messed up. Where is it? Oh, God. Hold on. Welcome to Illyria. Where are we going? Elgato. What in the world? Choose. Here we go.
Horatio Gold, headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Thank you so much. And I guess I played them all already.
We are the Four. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. Put them on screen. Red alert. Shut up, Wesley.
I don't know what is wrong with my... Oh, there we go. So Genevieve got a membership, and Melissa, and Amzy, and Doggy Doodles, and MF. Awesome. Thank you so much. Didn't David Cross improvise that line? I'm not sure. Maybe.
Going to be you, and that will be visible to people. but you're just tailoring your content towards a specific segment of people so they have a reason to look in on you, right? Because you're talking about casting a big net here. You're not talking about like just talking with your friends and family, right? Like
normally businesses don't talk about their customers like fish. You have a product or service that you can provide that can help people, and you're trying to find people who need that product or service. It's not predatory, for the love of God.
I got a WhatsApp chat for family, right? That's what we do. That's where we share our family stuff, right?
I mean, with how WhatsApp is, I would use Signal instead, but go off.
But anyway, I wanted to park there, stop there for a second, because that was a huge takeaway that we had in Playa del Carmen. And I want to get back to what I was talking about self-awareness and closing that gap, okay? Pick it right back up. I'm actually
closing the integrity gap, and I don't think it's a possibility when it's as wide as the Grand Canyon and prove it in all multi-level marketing companies. Christy523, hello, Tiffany. Oh, wait, I went back to the beginning. God dang it, sorry. I thought people were just popping in. Nope, it's just back up at the top. I was like trying to say hi to people who aren't here anymore. Hello.
going to slow down at this point, and I'm going to kind of start closing a little bit because there's a lot of intra work that we got to do. But we talk about like goal setting, we talk about like vision.
If everyone has to do all this work on being self-aware, then how are there like people who are millionaires and billionaires who are like not self-aware? Or maybe they are self-aware, they just choose to not be good humans.
And stuff like that. But I want to unpack it a little bit because Jordan Peterson is a guy I love to follow. He has a lot of gold nuggets, and there's a video out there, and some of you guys may have seen it because it goes viral in the Reels thing. And he said, like, if you want to change your life, if you want to change the course of your life, and I think this would go for your business as well, because you know the cool thing about what we do is it's not like separate from your life, because like everything is like set out for us. It's like the biggest limiting factor in the type of work that we do is us, right? Because we're the difference maker, right? Like literally we don't got to take care of fulfillment. We don't got to take care of any of that stuff. Like our company does an amazing job at that, gives us all the tools, all the resources. Then the only thing holding us back is ourselves. And that's really a tough pill to swallow, right? So
there's some things that Jordan Peterson says that I don't agree with. And there's some things that he says that I do like. I don't think he's someone I would recommend people who enjoy my streams to go and listen to. I think that he has some ideas that are not well thought out, and I also think that there are some times when he speaks where that he's having conversations with people where they misrepresent what he says, but I don't know. Has anyone been singing Taylor Swift songs in their head for the last 30 minutes instead of listening to these guys? Just me. Sorry, I've got bored. I'm trying to find more interesting stuff. I feel bad.
It demands this type of inner work. It demands this type of awareness. And one thing that Jordan Peterson said, I think that everyone would be valuable. Everyone would probably find it valuable to do this exercise. And he says, if you really want to know how to change your life, sit by yourself at the end of the day in a quiet room and ask yourself the question, what is one thing that I'm doing right now that if I stop doing it, would make everything better? And here's the kicker with that one. He says, you're not going to like the answer. You're not going to like the answer. Let me repeat that, okay? What is one thing that you're currently doing that if you stopped would make everything better? And you're not going to like the answer. And the reason why you're not going to like the answer is what we talked about before, right? Is I heard a pastor say one time, it's like we're not.
Okay. I mean, I know.
Like
I feel
usually
bad.
we're not attacked
like
by things from the outside,
so bad.
right? We're usually seduced by things that actually we're drawn towar's, right? And so if we're not aware of our own pitfalls, if we're not aware of,
is it okay if I'm going to have to put my headphones in. I wish I just could find better stuff for y'all to watch. I feel like guilty that I don't have, like, just always struggling to find stuff to react to. Can I put this on? It's kind of crushed. That's okay. Hello?
Our own propensity to be lazy. Like there's times I didn't feel like going to work out yesterday. I was coming off a cold. I'm just recovering from a head cold. I didn't sleep very good the night.
Then don't go work out. If you're talking about being self-aware, then why don't you be self-aware about your health too and take care of yourself? And say if you're low on sleep and you've been sick and you probably haven't been able to keep food down if you've been sick, maybe going and working out isn't the right move for this self-aware, healthy body that you are growing. I know there's situations where you don't get to just like choose the thing that's at 100% healthy for you all the time. In a multi-level marketing business, you're not in that position. You're not in the military. You're not a first responder. You're not a I don't know, other dangerous jobs that people do. Like you're not one of those situations where you have to continue to like work out your contract or else. Multi-level marketing, you work from your phone, so you get to have the privilege of choosing your health over everything. Oh, thanks, Lindsay. I think I've just been like discouraged because I know my bad streams are like my fault, so I'm just was discouraged. I'm sorry for saying it out loud.
For did not want to go to the gym whatsoever. Did not want to go in there whatsoever. But I know for whatever reason that getting uncomfortable is the key to closing that gap that I talked about. And so because there's always two
Closing the
parts
integrity gap, as a reminder, since I've already forgotten what the integrity gap is. And this is, I don't even know if the integrity gap is something that is actually like widely accepted in like the psychology circles or anything like that. But closing the integrity gap between intention and action. But if you're talking about like the definition of integrity, the state of being like, this is definition, it's a noun. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles and moral uprightness, that's one definition. And the state of being whole and undivided. So which one are you talking about? Because I'm guessing, oh, this guy annoys me so much. It's coming up, but like, okay, if you're calling it the integrity gap, I'm guessing he's referencing the second definition of the state of being whole and undivided, and being undivided in your pursuit of your business. Okay, but your health and your mental health is important. And I don't know. Nate Justice annoys the crap out of me, and I will continue to watch this team because of previous behavior. I just don't understand his training technique. I don't like his training style. I don't like his teaching style. I don't like his speaking style.
It's kind of warring against each other, and because we want to close the gap between who we say we want to be, that could be the rank you want to be, that could be the father you want to be, it could be the mother you want to be, it could be the monthly income that you want, and what you're actually doing, and closing that gap. The key to doing that is uncomfortable.
No, it is not. Sometimes it is, but if you're talking in the context living under the self-awareness umbrella, and you're bringing those two together, the intention and the action. He's saying like they're on opposite sides and you're like warring within yourself to bring them together, when like they're more parallel in my opinion, and you're keeping them parallel because there's a balance and a dance between like intention and like acting and being able to execute on your intention. And also sometimes, guess what? You get to pull over on the side of the road and take a break if your health calls for it, because that's the ability to listen to your body. But we don't get to do that in high control groups because you don't get to think, you don't get to behave how you want to, you don't get to emote how you want to, and you don't get to think how you want to because It's the bite model of authoritarian control.
It's hard. You got to build muscle, right? Some guys ask me like, I want to build muscle. Well, I say to them, well, get ready to suffer.
Are you a certified personal trainer? Is Nate Justice a certified personal trainer? See, this is Nate Justice a certified personal trainer? Oh, he is a personal trainer. I'm a Christian husband, father, and personal trainer. I'm a competitive athlete in Olympic lifting, and I also develop natural supplements. What do you mean you develop natural supplements? There's no way I'm going on Twitter. Nate Justice, strength coach. This the same dude? Must be the same dude. Oh, sorry. I gotta move my whole camera setup down. Why? What? Why is this in... Am I not... Oh my god, did I get hacked? Holy shit. Oh my god, I think I just got hacked. I think my account did. Hold on. Oh my god. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. I'll keep playing. Hold on.
Because, it's hard to build muscle. You have to break yourself down. You have to build yourself up. It's this continuum, right? You're breaking yourself down. You're building yourself up. You have to push yourself to your limits. And, there's this whole thing about ice baths that are going on nowadays, right? Everyone's jumping in an ice bath. They're putting it on I seen a funny meme the other day. It says, it is possible to get an ice bath without posting it on social media.
I just everything on my Instagram is in another language, and so that's not normal. So I'm just logging out of my account.
Because it's everywhere. So people are jumping in ice baths, and I had a buddy go up to Canmore because we're right by the Rockies now, which is up by Banff, and he went up there into a river. Actually, one guy I train, a business owner here in town, he went up there and did the Wim Hof breathing, and so they actually jumped into a river in the Canadian Rockies. Basically busted the ice out and jumped in the river, and they stayed in it for quite a while. And there's all kinds of health benefits to it, and that doesn't surprise me that there's health benefits to it, right? Because of the level of discomfort, because that you're willingly putting yourself in an uncomfortable position, your body actually has positive adaptations to that. I wish that God would have created us differently. I wish that I could, get jacked by just, drinking margaritas and eating cheesies and like laying on the beach. I wish I could get jacked that way, right?
Do you understand macronutrients? You're a personal trainer. Like, what the hell are you talking about? This is not, well, the one I'm talking about is my former plant account, and everything is in not English. So maybe it is. Oh my god, Doug. Doug Wood, are you serious? Like, everything... Okay, it's fine. See, like... I'll text Jessica. It's like, see this? Like that. Something's wrong. Big time. This... Shit. Jessica, I'm going to text you.
But the reality is, there's profound health benefits to willingly putting yourself through hard things. And there's no difference between that and the carryover to our business. There's no difference between that and the carryover to our lives, right? And Jordan Peterson also talks about the willingness to suffer, right? The willingly suffering for something, right? There is a profound virtue to that goes deeper than just the health benefits, right? Because it helps us close that gap between who we say we want to be and who we actually are. And the closer that gap gets together, the more confident we are, the more productive we are, and the bigger that we show up in life for not just our business community, but for our families, for our communities in general, and for our nations. And trust me, this world right now needs people to close that integrity gap, right? Because there's a whole lot of people saying one thing and doing another, and it all starts with ourselves. It all starts with ourselves. You know, it's like you want to put the world back together. Oh, there's a quote by G.K. Chesterton that I saw the other day. It was super awesome. He said, "I know exactly what's wrong with the world. Me." Right? And we get fixated because we're inundated with news. We're inundated with all the world's problems, right? But really, a lot of those don't have a direct implication in our own lives right now. But what does is how we show up and how we close that gap. And I'm going to leave it there because I think that covers the topic. And
I think I am.
Yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Abigail.
Woo, that's amazing, Nate. That was so good. I got so much out of it. My brain is kind of spinning right now. I want to ask you, like, after being in that huddle and hearing that, what did you, like, after you've processed, what do you want to hone in on for your niche?
Right. And so I'm actually going to focus on, mental health and fitness, right? Because my whole journey myself to prove it and beyond was like fitness and training. Like when I started working out, it was like 14 years ago, and I had a brand new baby, and I had a wife who didn't know what to do with me because I just got back from Afghanistan and I couldn't deal with life, right? And so I started training out of necessity because I needed to drag my ass out of the garage because I was just hiding from everybody because I didn't know how to function in the world.
But how do you then build the internal infrastructure to support your emotions and your perspective and how you see the world if you are only working out to cope as an individual? I'm not saying that working out can't be therapeutic. I'm saying talking to a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a counselor, a licensed clinician of any sort, and helping you process through and maybe medicate. Maybe they also say you don't need medicine, and yeah, working out is great, and we're going to give you some tools on how to cope. And you're going to give you some tools on how to process through and stay grounded, stay in the present, and not drift too far off and not succumb to intrusive thoughts. Okay, how do we do that? Well, you have your own specific plan with your licensed clinician. My worry is that you're using something to cope with, sounds like, heavy mental health issues, which are fine to have. Are you doing what you need to advocate for yourself in a sustaining way, a long-term sustaining way?
Or I lost some friends overseas. I was, I didn't know where to fit into society. After coming out of the stuff that we did. And
did you get to go to a counselor? You have PTSD?
I started training because I needed to. And I noticed doctors tried to give me all kinds of medication, didn't work, made things even crazier for me.
All kinds of medication that didn't work. Okay. What were the medications you took that didn't work? Yes, some of them can have really strong negative side effects. And yes, you shouldn't continue to take something that you have side effects to. Absolutely. I'm saying how many, I'm not shaming someone. I'm saying give me specifics so I can understand the conversation that we're having.
And I never found anything more powerful for my health than to actually start eating right, training, which led me to be like, okay, well, I'm starting to feel better now. Now I want to help others feel better. So I started, learning from some of the best in the world, which led me to Charles Poliquin, which led me to Prove It, which is, where my journey is. So that's where I'm going to hone in on, because it just is my story. It is who I am. And it is currently what I'm doing. Right. My wife just tells me, like, go to the gym. Like, you need to go to the gym. Like, if she sees that I'm struggling in any way, shape, or form, she's like, you need to go work out. Like,
if he's struggling in any way, just go to the gym. I'm not saying working out is bad. I'm not saying that working out is a bad coping mechanism. I'm not a therapist. I'm worried that only dealing with something that's going on internally with a physical activity isn't necessarily helping to support internal infrastructure of thought processes and of thought processes to help you in the future be able to work through bigger thoughts and bigger emotions. Having your routine and structure can be very helpful for someone struggling like this. It's not necessarily the exercise, though. Exercise is good too. Oh, so it's just the routine is helpful. Okay, then I'm not I'm definitely like, I'm not understanding then. I guess I'm concerned that he's stepping into the pond of, this has helped me, working out has fixed my mental health issues, and he's attributing his improvement to ketones and to working out. And then as a a certified personal trainer, he's telling other people, oh, you have mental health issues too? Yeah, those doctors, bad. You should just work out and take ketones. Be more natural and like take these supplements. It's going to help you. That's where I'm afraid that he's overstepping his credentials and potentially not helping other people. He's acting like exercise will fix everyone. It won't, so what he's doing is dangerous. He could go back to school to become a combat vet therapist. Yeah. Interesting, Jolene. I could understand how the rhythmic movement could mimic EMDR too.
Understands what the effect is on my mental health, right? And so I'm just going to share what my story is, right? Kind of like what Brian's doing too. It's like, he's eating 85% of food that he's processed. So why wouldn't he share that, right? And so I'm not making something up. It's I'm just becoming more self-aware, becoming more honest about my journey, and just sharing that with people as I go forward. And so I may get even more specific than that, but that's where I'm at right now. Because before it was just about fitness, and fitness is a junk drawer term, right?
Yep.
Right. So
it's interesting that you say that because, I've known you for almost 7.5 years.
Yeah.
And the last training you did was like the most memorable piece of information I have on you in 7.5 years. It was the most powerful, vulnerable, authentic Nate Justice I've ever seen, which I know even sharing that didn't come with probably 7.5 years of personal development to even get to a place to show up with that story. And so when you were talking about a niche, I literally was thinking about you and just the post-traumatic stress disorder and the man who overcame and the why you work out. Because everybody's working out, everybody's showing their workouts. But what makes you so special is that if that's your story, you've got thousands of loyal followers. And by the way, that niche is loyal and hardworking and has gone through the struggle. And so it's great.
Military veterans struggling with PTSD who are struggling with their mental health have not found success with medicine or haven't even tried medicine yet. And that's the niche that Nate Justice is looking to target. Absolutely not. Oh yeah, those people who were in the military and are out of the military now, they're so hardworking, they're perfect to sign up and to prove it. Absolutely not. Can someone please just stop targeting military members, their dependents? Can you just stop it?
It's probably a great niche market that offers so much hope. And so, I look at some of you guys on here and I think it's the power in what, we've been talking about for weeks, which is local community and connection. The more we grow that, the more we become closer to each other, the more we can have these conversations that are like, you know what, Corey, last week when you shared with me that you were going to detox from Netflix and TV because of the...
Is that the appropriate term to be using for watching less television? Is it actually equivalent to an addiction that can end someone's life? I don't think so. I don't think maybe it is appropriate to use. I'm not a therapist. I have no idea. I'm just When I say detox, I'm just rolling my eyes.
Goals that you had in your life and the way you wanted to show up more as a mother. I can't imagine how powerful that message would be with literally, I was watching Netflix last night and I thought back to my conversation with you and I had this twinge of guilt on what could I be reading right now? And
let me ask y'all a question. Oh, I say it right. She says niche like Eric Matthews. Oh my gosh. So sometimes, like when I'm streaming, sometimes it feels like I'm having a really good long conversation with y'all. And sometimes it feels like I'm having a very good short conversation. And then I realized 2.5 hours went by. I was crocheting the other night and it was 12 and I stopped crocheting thinking, oh, this is great. I did 20 minutes of crochet and it's 3:30 a.m. What is that? What is that? I don't understand why I'm like that. Sometimes it's like, oh, I can feel the passage of time. Most of the time it's like, I cannot. I was thinking like, oh yeah, we've been here for an hour. Nope. 2.5 hours.
the people that I follow on Instagram, it's true, Nate. They're very dialed in. And if I have a question on something, they're people that I've actually turned on the posts and notifications for, because I know I can get that content there regularly to help me with that area in my life. And so,
what is time blindness? Hyperfocus and time blindness? Okay, time flies when you're having fun, babe. Okay. I was just like, I have no idea.
It's super powerful. And I know there was a couple private conversations going on.
I've never been diagnosed with anything. It reminds me of the scene from Soul when people enter the zone. Yep. Time blindness is a neurodivergent thing. Can non-neurodivergent people have it, or is it always a neurodivergent thing? I listened to a Dresden book and realized I spent the whole day, 15 hours listening to a book, and not once got on YouTube or slowed down on my cleaning and packing. I love it when that happens. It's a part of my ADHD. Interesting. Oh, don't do this to me. 44:22. God. $44.
I think we've really been taught to take 4 or 5 things about us and show it on a daily. But I liked what you said, is that even if you hone in real specific on something, your personality and vibe are still going to attract and resonate through that to people. I mean, you're not, go ahead. You're not pigeonholing.
And I think you brought up something too that everyone could find really valuable. And that is, like, someone once told me, don't share your successes without sharing like your lows too. Right. Mm-hmm. Because people won't celebrate you. Right. But they'll celebrate you if you share.
Are you serious? Don't share your successes without sharing your lows because people won't celebrate you. Fuck that. You know what? If you tell me you had a win in the live chat, you're getting a clap from me. I'm excited for you. Legitimately, I'm happy for you. When you can share, if you have something good and you're excited about it, you better share it so we can like cheer you on, or don't share. Like, it's fine, but you don't have to be like, oh, I have to tell you the entire history of my struggle so that people can actually celebrate me when I have a win. No, if it's your birthday, we're going to celebrate you. If you do something awesome and you feel like you had a win at work, awesome. If you had a win with like your chronic pain and you had a little bit of a moment, a little bit of a glimpse of like pain-free, that's awesome. It's so selfish of them to say like that people wouldn't cheer for you if they didn't see the low parts. That sucks. I have time anxiety if I have a 3 p.m. A baby snark. Oh my God. That's incredible. Oh my God. Where's my cheers? Yo, hearts and hype in the chat. We have a true baby snark. I'm so happy for y'all. I'm a freeze mode all day, panicking I'll be late. This happens to me too. Which is... His name is Miles. I love that name. Oh, that's adorable. And your heart matches the 17. Well, in my head. Our first baby snark. A snarkette. Yes, a snarklet. A snarklet. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Baby snark Miles.
Share your lows, right? Like, you know, if you, it could be your body, it could be whatever, right? And it's like, if you just, you know,
yeah, one is kind of like a lightish, like one is not truly like white, but it has a like a bluish tint, and then 7 is kind of like a light blue with a little hint of like green. So like the heart matches. The heart matches the 17.
talk about how much money you made, or put a picture of your body up and you just say, oh, look at how amazing I look, or look how much money I made, you know, people are going to be kind of turned off by that. But if you say like, hey, look, I remember when I was dead broke, and this is like this car that I bought, like, you know, I remember when I shared my first COC vehicle, and I
Circle of
remember
Champions.
like sitting in a used truck one time. I remember like,
I've had a used car. The first car I bought was used. The second car I bought was new, but that was the first car I bought that I had a car payment, then I paid it off. And then the third car I had was used. I love used cars.
Tell my wife, I'm like, I just want to take it for a test drive. I know I can't afford it. I just want to feel what it feels like to drive a truck, right? And then after being with Prove It, you know, I drove the newest, most expensive truck off the lot, right? And so when I share it like that,
sorry, you can't say stuff like that, even if you're having a private a Zoom call uploaded to Unlisted for your team. You can't say that.
people are like celebrating with me, right? And it's like, it's attractive to them, right? But if I just say, oh, look at me, I'm balling, you know, it's like, it kind of turns people off, right? A little bit, right? But it's, and same, it could be with your body too. And I've done that before. I've been like, hey, here's my abs, you know, like, look at me. I've done it before. And it's like, and people are like, oh, what a show off, what a, you know, blah, blah, blah. But then if you talk about, hey, like, you know, I remember when I couldn't even like get out of my garage. And then now I leave my garage after I'm done training with my boys in it. And this is what I look like now. And I'd never used to, you know, people are like, man, that's a cool story, right? I'm cheering that guy on, right?
Oh,
like,
God.
And so like your vulnerability is your biggest weapon.
Yeah, I still have people come up to me at Prove It events.
Oh, really?
I have no idea who they are.
I didn't know that.
But I think 6.5 years ago, I stood up on stage and said, at one point, all I really wanted was a double wide trailer. Still, I coined myself just wanting a double wide trailer.
Yeah.
So, no, it's so true. And I think it's important, maybe even we got like 10 minutes. I want to just go over to the chat, and I want everybody to just take a minute to write out what you feel your niche is. And Nate, let's kind of look over those. Christy, I know you want to hone in on fat loss, right? And we take that expert secrets. Okay. So it is a fat loss story. I mean, good grief. You're down over 100 pounds in September.
Thank you, Av.
But it was, when I think about you though, I think about all the trauma you had in your life. I think about your mom's funeral. I think about everything you've lost in that season of just shutdown that got you to that place. How many people have had grief, had trauma, lost parents, where they physically, mentally, emotionally have shut down? And what's the triumphant journey in coming back? Well, yeah, it's fat loss. But when we go deeper, that gives you content every day.
Using someone's trauma is content. Are you serious? Losing a parent or an in-law or a sibling or a friend or a relative and using it, teaching people to use that as a way to market and gain recruits and to prove it is disgusting behavior. What? Trauma does not equal content.
A year to show up with that is more specific and more relatable to people. I want brain health and healthy aging.
I think a great question to ask yourself when you're trying to figure this out and honing in on it is two questions. And I encourage you to go as deep as you can with it. Like, I'm not an expert or anything on it, but I think, like, based on what I've seen, this is two questions. What have I overcome?
No.
And here's a bigger one.
No.
Is what am I overcoming?
No.
Because people don't just want to see you overcome something. They want to join you on a journey.
Oh my God.
I know it gets cliche when we say, what is your why? Your why should move you to tears.
No.
Like your story and what you've overcome. Like, to me, I when I think about the things that move me, I get this big knot in my throat, and it's hard for me to actually say it out loud because it's the core of some of the pain in my life. And it's scary thinking about dialing in on that and sharing that. But I know that God uses the storms and redemption and your testimony to connect and bless other people. And so that's why we are a company full of focusing. When you go to the event, you're going to focus a lot more on personal development than you are on ketones or the science of ketones, because we're trying to help you be a person who can connect, who can share authentically.
I would just challenge you guys while you're doing this. When you think you got down to that niche thing, I would challenge you to deconstruct it one more time and try to go another layer deep. Like, find those that are closest to you and say, hey, like, let's get really vulnerable right now. Like, seriously, what were things about me that I changed, or what are things that happened, or what really, and what we were talking about is less is more.
I'll give you an example. Your social elevator pitch, what you want to, like, be able to tell people quickly about what you're doing doesn't have to include trauma of any sort. Recipe, like, 1. What's your exciting wow? How it helps, call to action, open question. So, like, this is for, like, your bios and stuff like that. Recipe number 2, who am I? Who are you? You could say, I am a reformed plant killer. That's what I used to say about myself. I'm a reformed plant killer. And what's your pain point? That also was included in both. I'm a reformed plant killer, and I'm trying to help other people. You know, I kill plants so you don't have to. That was the type of thing. The solution, call to action, DM me for help. It was more complex than that. But who are you? What's your pain point? What's the solution? And how to get it? The dogs. Recipe 3, who are you? What do you offer? How does it solve a problem? And why should you, the audience, care? And then the 4th one, it's a simple question. Solutions here. Who are you? Call to action. It doesn't involve the trauma. It doesn't involve trauma. You can share stuff and be vulnerable, but you don't have to expose yourself to market yourself and be successful on the internet. Why is he shirtless? We don't know. Oh. Are you serious, Brandy Lee? I was 14 when my grandpa passed, 19 when my grandma passed. Dad lost his battle with depression when I was 30. At 33, my mama died of stage 4 lung cancer. My upline had me write a why story about it. I'm so sorry. Welcome back, Emberry. They're saying your why should make you cry. It should bring up a knot in the back of your throat. And that is how you know that you're tapping into something incredible that will get people to join your team. No. Teach people how to sell a product or service. That's it. Brian doesn't know how.
What you guys think about Nate's, like, it's not just about being your authentic self. Yes, that's huge. That's a must. But I want to think how many of you are like, Nate pursued working out, health, fitness for the 0.1% of why people would actually do it. Meaning 99.999% of people, they do it for superficial reasons. They do it for the look. He did it. And for most of you, you're like, well, that takes away 99% of my audience. No, it doesn't. You key in on the 0.001%. And guys, that's the biggest thing in this business. Abigail hit it the other day. Do you know how many personal promoters I have in my back office? A handful. You don't need many to become a legend. To be the top of this company, you don't need 100 personally sponsored promoters. You don't even need 5. Like, this is a huge concept. So I would encourage you to go deeper. I know I shared this story, and it reminds me of Nate, where this guy, I forget his name right now, he's a popular guy out there. But this one guy emailed him and said, I want to kill myself. And he said, is the last ditch effort. I'm reaching out. What do I do? He said, go get a 6-pack. He said, spend the next 6 months getting the best shape of your life, get a 6-pack. He said, you won't kill you. He came back and said, you know what? Because it wasn't about getting a 6-pack. He said, my principle was simple. A strong body equals a strong mind.
Fuck that. So when I was in the best shape of my life, when I was playing full time, when I was my lowest body fat percentage, when I was able to do everything I needed to do to play my sport, that should have equated to me having the best mental health I've ever had, and my mind was strong enough to overcome anything. Nope. Talk to a mental health professional and get therapy. Get therapy. Good night, Lynn. Have a good night's sleep.
People ask all the time, what do I need to do to improve it to like get a big start, get whatever? Spend the next 6 months getting in the best shape of your life, because it won't be about you reaching that best shape of your life and you'll track people doing that. You'll be the strongest version of yourself mentally than you've ever been, because it requires incredible discipline.
If ketones work, then why do people have to pursue losing weight in such an extreme way if ketones actually work? If ketones did what your little campfire video said they're supposed to do, then what is with telling people they've got to do all this stuff? I'm launching a private ad hominem attack on this dude. No. Oh, I'm running 4 days a week. I still struggle with my mental health. What a piece of crap.
And there's one more thing that Nate said that I think as a leadership call needs to be said. If you don't have haters, if you don't have people talking shit on you, you are not doing enough right now. You're not doing enough. Period. You're not making a big enough impact.
The foremost facing person in Prove It, the one who had the most attention in all of Prove It, in my opinion, was Jessie Lee Ward. And y'all hid behind her like, in my opinion, someone with cowardly behavior, because you were just glad everybody was looking at Jessie Lee for her unethical behavior and you didn't want anyone looking at your team. And all of a sudden, when people do decide to take a look into your team with Christina and Kendra and Abby and all those people, all of a sudden you and your team are frustrated and offended that you have people saying something is amiss here. Brian, tell me more.
I promise you, like, you're talking to enough people when people start hating on you, when people start saying negative things. Like, why? Because it draws out the inconsistencies and the vulnerabilities in other people when you start excelling and you start doing great things. So, Nate, those haters that you got, all they do is make you stronger. Teaching my son that lesson here the last couple of days. It's huge. So I encourage all of you. This is some of the best real training guys that we've had. So Nate, I appreciate it, man. Like, we need more of you sharing this stuff. This is leadership. This is what's going to grow your business. Because a lot of you guys, holy crap. You find something very specific to talk about. You find common ground. You ask a question about ketones. If there's a good outcome, you ask, hey, you ever thought about being an entrepreneur and using an incredible conversation to fuel it? Boom, 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 boom. Guys, that's how you build a business. This is the hard part. This is the part you got to figure out.
You're a master fucking distributor in Prove It. and you have people placed under you, and you're going to tell us that you're some kind of magical like person that you only had to have a few people underneath you, a few handful of distributors underneath you? Sir, where's my liar pants? Where is it? I don't even sounds.
Terrible liar. Terrible liar. Terrible liar.
Oh.
As you, the inner works, as Nate calls it, it's huge. It's one of the best trainings we've had because it's the real deal. So you guys are awesome. Nate, I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nate.
Thanks, brother.
Awesome.
Yes,
guys, we'll see you back
fire.
on here next Tuesday.
See you guys.
Yikes. Okay. Scene change. What did we learn? Nothing. When did we learn it? The past 2 hours and 42 minutes. If you're in multi-level marketing and you made it to the end of this video, I should have probably said this at the beginning. What are some things you should be looking for that you absolutely should get from your leaders? And I'm not saying multi-level marketing is great. I'm saying you deserve something better than what you're getting. You deserve to learn how to market effectively. You shouldn't have to create credibility with the product that or service that you're selling with your own stories and your own trauma and your own like self. The product should not have gaps in it that you have to fill with your personal stories. You shouldn't have to do that. That's an issue with the product. That's an issue with Prove It. That's an issue with their marketing, and it's not your job to fix it. And if your upline is telling you to do something like that, take a step back and think about it. Just think about it for a second. And if Google every single thing that your upline says, and if they are telling you something that's absolutely wrong, that should be a red flag for you. Their understanding of marketing on this team, wild. It's wildly bad. Nate Justice and Brian James and Abby K. Life. What are you doing? And yes, all three of these people, public figures. They're public figures. Aaron is streaming more of this fuckery in 90 minutes. Oh my God. Well, that's going to be fun. I had no idea she was doing this. I would have done something different so y'all wouldn't have been overwhelmed. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Just picture him and... Oh my God. Yes. Slimy word salad. And on maybe on Friday, whenever Jessica's free, we're gonna be doing lesson 1 of Twin Flames, how to find your flame or whatever. So if you want for a fun time of like obnoxiousness and a little bit of, a lot of snark and a lot of sound bites, then maybe check back in for that stream. I will be having a video go live tomorrow and Monday, because Monday I will be out all day for surgery, and I will hopefully be able to go home at night, and then I may stream next Wednesday. So we'll see. You just like the stream? Finished icing my cake just in time for school pickup. That's awesome. Listen, if y'all did like the stream, I would love for you to lick the stream.
Lick the stream.
Do all the YouTube-y things. And if you want to come back next time, if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications, and it'll let you know when I'm streaming, which is normally a lot. Where is my outro? That's such a... Where is it? It's right here. Thanks for joining, and I will see y'all next time. Okay. Doodles.